Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today for a very, very special reason to celebrate and to open our mobile health unit, which we received as a donation from a donor who, up till now, still wants to remain anonymous. We'll find out sooner or later who it is. I mean, we know who it is. You'll find out sooner or later who it is. Maybe never?
Never.
Oh, we're never going to find out who it is. So, okay. So let me first ask Carolyn Ehrlich to speak. She is the chief of staff in the township of Woodbridge, and she is the one who this unnamed donor came to and said, I want to do something for the township of Woodbridge, and I want to do something serious for the township of Woodbridge. And Carol had the idea of this mobile health unit. We've had these come in from Robert Wood and from Hackensack Meridian at different times at different events like our backpack drive or our community picnics. And Carol thought, let's get one of our own. So we did, and it's behind us now, and it's beautiful. We'll start with Carol and say a little bit about this whole effort.
Thank you. So, the mayor always says that this is the best town around, and it is because we have so many generous people who want to help us. And the idea came from a group. We have a health task force that's part of our Sustainable Jersey, and half of the people standing here, the health department, are on that task force. And what we did is we wanted to itemize what do we need in this town to be offering better services for our residents. And a lot of residents don't want to go to the doctor. They don't want to have to go to the hospital. They want the services to come to them. Some they just want it, some they need it to come to them. So the Health Mobile offers that service. It will be going all over Woodbridge, to the senior centers, to the concerts, to areas where people are underserved. And it is just going to be a great help for everyone in this town. And the people who Phil picked to run it are so amazing that you're going to want to come out to the Mobile just to hang out with them and maybe get a blood pressure test while you're at it. So thank you, everybody, for making this happen, and it's just going to be a wonderful asset for Woodbridge Township.
Thanks. Now let me introduce the council here. We got Councilwoman at Large Lisbeth De Jesus, First Ward Councilwoman covering Woodbridge and Seawarren, Sharon McAuliffe, and Fifth Ward Councilwoman Debbie Meehan. Let me start with Lisbeth, because you have been behind the driving force behind the backpack drives and the different activities in KSB, the little libraries, you name it. And every time we do something there, we always try to get the mobile unit. And one of the things we found out is kind of what Carol said, that kids just don't have regular doctors, and when they see this is the first time they've ever seen a doctor in many cases. Talk a little bit about that if you don't mind.
So, like Carol said, I'm really excited about it, and I thank the health department for being on board with it, because when we do the backpack drives at in KSB 2 years ago during COVID, our mobile health department, they came, even though they didn't have a truck, they came and they set up a tent, and we were able to give vaccines like COVID vaccines and other checkups to the people there. And I always believe that government should do everything that they possibly can to meet the needs of the residents. And unfortunately, we have residents that can't come to our events, can't come to us. So I think this is the perfect way where we can also provide services. Now we have a Woodbridge Township, let's make that clear, because usually we have Hackensack Meridian or Rutgers, and this is our own. This is us as government, us as wanting to service our community in Woodbridge Township, have now a health mobile clinic that will be able to go throughout the township to meet the needs of those residents that can't come to our events, can't come to the health department for whatever reasons it may be. It could be because they don't have a way to get there, or they are homebound. This is going to meet a huge need in our township, and I'm really, really excited because we do 2 backpack drives. We do other community outreach, so now we have a health mobile clinic that will be part of that community outreach. Again, we always work together to meet the unmet needs of our residents, and this is a perfect example of it. So I'm really proud of it, and I want to thank everyone that made it possible.
So not only we talked about mostly the underserved so far, but this is also a perfect asset for our senior population. We're at the Evergreen Senior Center. We have a whole group of seniors behind us who are regulars here. We are in the 5th Ward where Debbie Mean is the council person. She's a regular here. She's always at events having coffee with the seniors. And Debbie, why don't you come up and tell us what this means to the senior community in Woodbridge, those who are mobile themselves who can get around, but even more importantly, those who can't. Go ahead.
So, like Lizbeth just said, it's so great to have this come out to people that are in need. But for here, our senior center is so amazing here, and our seniors don't always get to go to doctors and different things like that. But here, with our fantastic transportation center, we can get them to come here when the truck's here to help. So it's a fantastic thing for these seniors. They can come, they can get their blood pressure checked. I've been in here where some of the seniors haven't been feeling good, and the girls will go over and make sure they're okay. So now we have something here that they're going to come on Monday or Tuesday or whatever day it is. They'll know that they can get their blood pressure checked, or they can get whatever they need. So I really appreciate everybody's efforts. Carol, amazing idea, and this is going to be such a benefit to our residents. So thank you for everybody.
All right, our sign just fell on Gert and Fran, so why don't you guys go in the health clinic and get checked out? Sharon McAuliffe, First Ward Councilwoman, anything you want to add on behalf of your colleagues before we go to the health department?
I just want to say thank you. This is great. Whoever donated this, it's a wonderful thing for Woodbridge Township. It's going to help a lot of people in need. And thank you guys very much for everything that you do with the health care for our community. And I think it's really good. Great idea. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now to the people that are really the backbone of this whole effort, which is our health department. Phil Bajowski is the head of it. We have Kimberly Osta, who's going to coordinate this. We have Sarah Jeremchak, who is going to be the head nurse on it. We have Maria, who's a part-time nurse. We have David Koldazinski, who's our chief health officer. And we have Chris Powers, who is the driver, which is a little bit scary. But we'll get into that later. So, and Ashley, too bad Ashley's not here. Ashley Restaino. We sat a week or two ago in the conference room, and boy, we just said we're getting a mobile health unit, and the health department went and did everything from there. They picked out all the amenities, and we picked out colors and wording, but they also already established a phenomenal schedule of what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, where they're going to do it. I'm telling you, they just hit the ground running and are killing this whole thing. Let me start with the director of the health department, Phil Bajowski, who was really taking this under his wing. The funny thing is, it was being built in Ohio, a couple of miles from where Phil's oldest daughter lives. So he tried to write off his trips and get the town to reimburse him for the trips to go out to Ohio to check on the mobile health unit. When I found out his daughter lived a mile and a half away, I said, "No, we're not paying you for that trip." Anyway, go ahead, Phil.
Drive it back.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Mayor, Carolyn, Council. So the health department, this is nothing new with providing good services to folks, but in the way of really important dynamic services, this is a great follow-up to what we provided during the height of the pandemic and that we still do in the way of being a COVID vaccine provider. This is a great follow-up to that. Maintenance of good health and particularly prevention of illness is so important to maintaining good health, and screenings are key to that. And for the reasons council members and Chief of Staff Carolyn mentioned, and also semi-related to the pandemic, where many people, because of the hospitals and doctors being overrun with emergency situations, weren't able to stay up with whether it's elective surgeries or getting their cholesterol and blood pressure checked and a number of other health maintenance things. We all know without your health, you have nothing. So we're really excited about this, and providing screenings and so forth is one of the really important services that this health mobile is going to provide, and really specific to our community, like we did with the COVID vaccination clinics. So as Mayor mentioned, Kim Austa played a huge role in building what we need for it, the scheduling, and very much it was like the blueprint for how we handled the COVID vaccination. We really repurposed our people and we repurposed our building, and to that end, we are using the folks who are going to particularly run this. Kim Alstu has been an employee with the township for years, as well as Chris Powers, who's going to be a combination of the driver and aide. And we recognize their talents and what they did with us ordinarily, and it was great to apply them to this. And then we have, will be introduced by, the mayor introduced Sarah Shashemsky, who's going to be our dedicated nurse to this. So I'll introduce, I guess, our new coordinator for the Health Mobile, and you can follow us in the schedule on the Health Department webpage, or Facebook, I'm sorry, the Health Department Facebook. So, Kim Alsta.
Thank you, Mayor McCormick, our Chief of Staff, Caroline Ehrlich, all of our council and administration for giving us the opportunity to go out into our community by providing our residents with important health screenings. These free screenings will include, but are not limited to, blood pressure, glucose, cholesterol, blood oxygen, height, weight, and a plethora of health pamphlets, healthy recipes, and other related resources. As the mayor introduced our staff, and so did Phil, I'll reintroduce them once again. Our new nurse, Sarah, who has previous experience working in a hospital and also as an EMT for the township. Our part-time nurse, Maria, and she will be working with the other nurses, especially the busy days on this mobile unit. Chris, who is actually going to be our driver and aide, as Phil said, who has worked with the township for over 6 years in outreach. Both Chris and Sarah play a vital role in the everyday operations of this mobile unit, and they are very happy to be seeing you out around town. I also want to take the time out to recognize our fantastic health nurses at the department, starting with our head nurse, Maria B., and the other nurses, Kathleen, Maria, that's here, Marianne, and Sue, as well as our staff, Monica and Sidra. A huge thank you to Ashley Restaino, our health educator, who cannot be here today, but she will be hosting health-related events throughout the year. She has helped immensely getting this up and running. And thank you to everyone in the health department, and of course, Phil Bujowski, who I cannot thank enough. This mobile unit will be all over the township, so if you see us parked, please come by for a screening or just to say hello.
Wait, stay there.
Okay.
So tell me now, I'm the senior, I'm watching this at home, maybe I'm homebound, and I'm saying, wow, they got this service. What do I do to get it?
You can give us a call, 732-855-0600. My extension is 5030, and we can arrange something through you through Stowe. Or
Stowe is senior transportation of Woodbridge.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right, okay, so people, and then if they're a member of a senior club, a senior center, I should say, like Evergreen, Sycamore, Hickory, Five Branches, Maple Tree, Oak Tree, any one of those 6 senior centers, all the information will be there. They'll have brochures, and each center coordinator knows exactly what people should do.
Yes, we'll be having calendars. The coordinators will be posting it on there. You can get it on our township website and also on our Facebook. And also just call the health department and I can send you one.
All right, great. Sarah, do you want to say something? Sure. You okay? Let me introduce Sarah Jastrzemski, who actually I haven't seen since 2008 when she graduated Bishop R, the same year my daughter did. And they were friends, and that's pretty cool. And actually, Phil's daughter they were all friends. They were all in the same clique, hanging around together, causing all kinds of trouble for the parents like me and Phil. I'm thrilled to have you. You know Woodbridge. I'm eminently qualified to do this job. Tell me about it. Tell me what you're going to do with people.
Yeah, so I've been part of this town. I grew up in Woodbridge my whole life. I then went on to be an EMT and be on the emergency side for Woodbridge as well. So it's really awesome to have this opportunity to be able to be on the preventative side of medicine and be able to get to know everybody on the ground and be able to get to know people's names one-on-one. So if you're around, come out, say hi. My name is Sarah. I'd love to just get to know you and to be able to get to know you on a personal level, as well as be able to give you a free screening as well.
All right, great. I would love to introduce Chris Powers, but I'm afraid of what he might say. You want to say? Come on up. So Chris started our whole division of addiction services. We now have Michelle and we have Gabriella with you. You actually know how to drive, right? You have a license?
Yes, CDL.
All right, that's very good. They have a CDL.
Yes.
You don't need a CDL to run this, though,
No,
do you?
but I have one anyway.
You have one anyway. Okay,
Yeah.
so Chris is this is important because Chris is used to dealing with people, and he's used to handling people with issues, whether it's in one case opioid addiction or alcohol addiction, or in this case health issues. So you got a skill set that's very important for something like this. So yeah, you're going to drive it, but then you're also sort of like a counseling type of person who people are comfortable talking to. And I think that is so important because people might be reluctant to do something like this. And you have a way of handling situations like that. And I think you're perfect for this, even though I bust your chops all the time because I like you a lot.
Yep.
You want to say anything?
Yeah, I just want to say something. Thanks to Town of Woodbridge. Thanks, John. Thanks, Councilwoman, and thanks to Health Department for putting me on this rig. There's nothing like serving the community face to face, hand to hand. You know, taking care of the seniors, the community. Wherever we go with this bus, the people are going to be well taken care of on it, and just having the conversations with the folks of the community and what we actually need in the community. And I can't be more happy to drive this thing and be the aide on it and be part of it, really. I mean, Woodbridge is the best town around, and now you can. It's proven that now they have a health bus driving around to check up on people. So that's all I can say. Thanks, everybody.
I like what you said. So not only were we the only town in the county with our own health department, we're the only town doing vaccination clinics, and now we're the only town with a mobile health unit, maybe even further than the county. I don't know, even the big cities, I don't know if they have one. So this is a momentous occasion for Woodbridge Township, folks. Are we ready with the ribbon? 5, 4, 3,